maybe they are right. Maybe I do scream a little bit too much. Nah. Hey, it's Lumunix. Thank you for stopping by. I know it's been a while since I actually got a chance to actually post anything. I've been actually kind of busy with work and school. But just this past weekend, I came back from Anthro New England, which was an absolute blast of a convention. And while I was there, I actually found a very interesting panel, which I would like to share with everyone. And that panel is Kaiju Klash. So you might be asking, well, what is Kaiju Klash? So if you haven't been to a convention yet, or you're unfamiliar with how conventions are structured, there are typically time-slotted segments called panels. These range from an hour to an hour and a half of length, and they typically cover a certain topic, be it drawing, video creation, YouTube, or just other topics in general that are of interest in the furry fandom. So if you have ever seen the movie Pacific Rim, which is a movie about giant monsters known as kaijus, and these giant robots known as Jaegers, you'll have a pretty good idea of what this panel is about. It's basically pitting two opposing forces against each other and seeing which one wins. In the case of just like the movie, and just like in this circumstance, they're giant representations of monsters and heroes battling out for control over a city. In this case, the city is made out of foam and cardboard, and is generally just a bunch of props set up to replicate the look of it. So, the name Kaiju Klash is a direct reference to the movie Pacific Rim, which, if you haven't seen it already and you're a fan of science fiction movies, or action films in general, I would highly recommend watching it, although its sequel is not as good in my opinion. This is a very fun event that is active, and anyone can do it just by jumping in. You just need to coordinate with another fursuiter to determine how your fight is going to go. So, how this panel works is a foam city with cardboard boxes is set up. You have one fursuiter playing the monster, or kaiju in this case, and you have another fursuiter acting as the hero, which is supposed to save the city from certain destruction. However, the city always gets destroyed no matter what happens. It just always happens.
And immediately killing the old man who was going to jump off the building. Oh no. Right.
It was my fault. I'm sorry.
Check the cable. Stop pursuing.
It was totally my fault. I threw it to the box right at the mic. I get through over there.
Okay, pick up that thing. We're going unplugged. Now, for the next fight, we're going to try to get our hero out a little early. Now, I think we have our hero normal-sized belly. He's going to go to the macro machine at the moment. No, doctor. Wait, doctor, some birds are floating in the machine. Something's malfunctioning. We gotta go. We gotta go. Oh, no, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, no, some sick morphing is happening. The birds are far too large. Our normal-sized hero is now big belly. Coming to the stage. Just in time for our Kaiju Scrufo to be entering the city.
Scruff?
And then you get the squirrel. I don't know how this one's gonna resolve, folks. We really got the I didn't think I could be used defensively. Never mind, our malfunction might be one of they are impervious to damage. Can you believe it? Have you ever seen anything like that? I've never seen anything like this. Very strange. Well, that was just unnecessary. Kicking that city aside. Here's the downside. They can't seem to reach anything. No, the radio tower is just like kind of a self-knockout approaching. Different days, different what's left of the largest building being brought down. Being pushed upon our kaiju. Get high for them even move. Can they get up to take the win? They can. That's two. No, that's it. That's three. That's the win. The malfunctioning machine is the biggest weapon we have. Big thank you to Big Belly and Scruffo for destroying our city. Wonderful job. Now, do we think the deconstruction team can possibly rebuild from this one? Let's find out.
I really like the concept of the Kaiju Klash panel, and I really hope I can see it in other conventions, such as AnthroCon or MFF or Pine Fur Con. I think it would be really cool if there could be a much larger cityscape setup and have multiple people battling it out. So, say a 2-on-2. That would prove to have some very, very interesting fights turn out with the Kaiju Klash battles. But this was a rather short content video. This was just something that was on my mind and has given me a smile. Even the week following the convention, it has been something I've looked back at the photos and video that I took and was like, yeah, this was a blast. This really made my convention and made me really, really happy. But have a good day.